What is RAG? RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Let me break every word down simply. Retrieval means find relevant information from our documents. Augmented means we add that information to the question before asking AI. And generation means AI generates an answer using that extra context. Let me give you a real world analogy. Think about an open book exam. In a closed, how RAG works. Let me show you exactly how RAG works behind the scenes step by step. So now step 1, you see here your documents. You have PDFs, Word docs, websites, database records. Basically any text data you want AI to know about. Let's say it's your company's employee handbook. Okay. Now second one is step is chunk and embed. The system splits these documents into smaller pieces, maybe 500 words, is embeddings. You might be wondering what exactly is an embedding. Let me explain with simple example. Imagine I say the word king and I say the word queen. These two words are different, but their meaning is very similar. They are both royalty. And embedding converts text into a list of numbers, maybe 1500 numbers that captures the meaning of that text. So king might become the comparison between RAG and fine tuning. A very common question I get is, why not just fine tune the model? Why go through all this RAG complexity? Let me explain with a real world example. Imagine you want your AI to know about your company's 500-page internal policy document. Option 1, fine tuning. You take that document format it as training data, send it to the OpenAI or train it yourself. Now, pgvector in Docker. One YAML file, one command, and you have a production grade vector database running locally. Here's why this matters in the real world. A lot of companies just Google scale ones already run PostgreSQL for their normal application data. pgvector means they don't need to adopt a brand new piece of infrastructure like Python just to add AI search. Their DBA team already knows how to backup, monitor, and scale Postgres. Now, the part that feels like magic is question answer advisor. It's a one line and it automatically retrieves the relevant chunks and injects them into the prompt before your question ever reaches the model. Think about Intercom, FinAI or Zendesk AI agent. When a customer asks, how do I cancel my subscription? The bot is not guessing from general internet knowledge. It's retrieving your company's actual cancellation policy and answering from that. So now for actually running it, you will start the app, hit your URL like in this case you have slash and endpoint with a real question. Now real question is what is our PTO policy, something that only exists in the PDF I ingested, not in anything ChatGPT was trained on. So once you will hit it, you will get an answer pulled directly from our handbook. Now what happens when I ask something that's not in the document, like what is. Now the common pitfalls and production tips, these are the 5 things that separate. I got a rack working on my laptop from we shipped rack to customers. Bad chunking, like we talked about with the hospital example. Irrelevant retrieval, that's what happens when a support bot confidentially answers a billing question using a chunk about a completely different product here. Tuning top K and similarity threshold is how you fix that. Here is the problem. Imagine you hire someone to answer questions using a giant instruction manual. But instead of giving them the whole manual, you rip it into random pieces. Some pieces cut off mid sentence and hand them a random pile. Now someone asks, what's the dosage for this medicine? If the piece of paper they are holding has the drug name, but the dosage got ripped onto a different piece, so what will happen? They will either guess, instead of blindly cutting every X words, it looks for natural breaks first, like paragraph breaks, and only cuts in a weird spot if there is truly no better option nearby. Now, a real life version is this is like tearing a newspaper along the actual column lines instead of just ripping straight across the page. You just get separate piece, but each piece actually makes sense on its own. This is what most real products use by default for a good reason. It is the sensible general purpose choice. Your chunks be. There is no single correct size. It depends on what you are cutting up. A quick FAQ answer is naturally short, so small pieces are fine. A legal contract clause needs way more surrounding text to make sense. So you would want bigger piece. In a real life example, suppose you wouldn't pack a single sock and an entire dining table into moving boxes the same size. Small stuff gets small boxes, big awkward stuff gets bigger boxes. Same idea here. Match the size to what you are actually organizing. If you wanted to see, you can load the same document twice. Once cut into tiny careless pieces, once cut sensibly, and asked both versions the exact same questions. What's our refund policy for big customers versus regular customers? What what happens? The careless version only answers the half question and still sounds totally sure of itself. The sensible version gives you the full correct comparison because the important paragraph didn't get torn apart before the AI ever saw it.